I want you guys to take a look at who I'm sitting next to. This is the person who gets us all of our interviews, all of our connects. Every person that has come on this show knows who this person is. You have heard me mention her name like 17 times per interview. We have like over 20 something interviews, but this is Carlie Jay.
Hello.
She is a person that you need to hook up with, so I'm going to let her introduce herself for a little bit. She's probably going to take over this interview because she does what I do, so don't get offended. But this is Carlie Jay.
Hi, I'm Carlie Jay. I mean, it's pretty much not that much to say. Young golden age.
She does everything.
Young golden Asian. There we go. And let her ask me the question, I'll answer the rest.
Well, Carlie, what do you do?
Everything. Nah. The most thing that I do is blog, really. I have my own website, The Function ATL. And that's pretty much it. I did the management thing, didn't like it. I like doing PR work, that's what I'm in school for right now. And that's pretty much it. And I just help people what they need to do in their events and stuff. I mean, it's nothing really
cool stuff. So how did you get into blogging? I know we talked on the phone for like 17 hours and I never asked that question, but how did you get into blogging?
It's just something I like to do. It was, at first it was a hobby and I enjoyed doing it. I just did it because it took out some time and I liked doing it. And it was like about 7 years ago. You do the math, I think I was 13, I'm 20.
She's 20 years old and she's doing better than half of y'all that's been doing this for like 50 years. Just no offense, y'all.
Don't get me wrong, I still have growing to do. But I mean, I just think I just have to build my resume as I'm young now. So when I get to the point when I'm like 27, 28, or 26, whatever, I'll have the high ranking status already instead of being that age and then having to start from the bottom, where I could do when I'm young now.
Right.
But back to my blogging. I started off with Tumblr because Tumblr has random things. I like pictures and stuff, and I would just do it with blog and all that stuff. I didn't really get into media blogging until I was in freshman year in high school, and it was more like a hobby thing. Either it wasn't a business like it is now.
Right.
I just did it because I like blogging and I like listening to new music, indie music, all that stuff. I used to have a blog called Dope Media. I'd be on everything. When you're in the media, you have to keep up with everything. It's ridiculous. So, but it was called Dope Media, ATL or Atlanta, I can't remember. And that was pretty huge, but that was just only me doing it because I enjoyed doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I do it now because I enjoy doing it, and then I met wonderful people and all that stuff as well.
Why PR? Like, I know that you did the blogging, but why PR? You know, you're gifted in so many other things, and I know that web design could definitely make 10 times more money than us little publicists, but why did you choose PR?
Because I could use blogging in PR work. And when I do finish school and I get my degree and then I move to Cali or NY, I want to be signed under like a major record label as a PR, because record labels don't just sign artists, they sign producers, songwriters, publicists, they sign a lot of things. So that's what I want to choose PR, because that's what I want to do, because like I know stuff about music, like I love music, and then that's why I have the website, the blog, or whatever you want to call it. Because that's why I like listening to the talent. So I was like, well, if I'm a PR of a major label and get paid,
right,
that's not a bad idea, But I mean, you could be a PR of many things, not just music. So
I know, I think the name of the show is called like The Gossip Game or The Gossip something. Okay, I'm gonna make it up. I know it was a show out that was talking about, PR people.
It's on VH1 or MTV. It's with Global Grind on there and some other people.
And a lot of the people on there, we're talking about the difference between a publicist and a blogger. Do you feel like, blogging and PR go hand in hand, or are you, more considering yourself a blogger over a publicist? That makes sense. where people are saying, oh, bloggers aren't really publicists, you know, they're bloggers. And then some people said, well, that is PR, you know, that's just internet PR, but it's the same field. You have to go to school for the same amount of time. Do you necessarily agree, or what's your take?
I disagree. They're both different. And I say it's because PRs, they're the ones that basically set everything up for their client. They work for people. Blogging, you can work for many people, but as a PR, you have to work with clients, you know? So you have to send out emails, or you have to set up appointments and stuff like that. As more, PR is more of getting the artists out there in the media so they can get recognition and get noticed. And a blogger does the same thing, but a blogger can do more than, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's like so much in my, but yeah, a blogger just, I think a blogger is more easier because it's more open-minded and you can do more things with it than being a PR. Because when you're PR with a client, you can only really focus on that one client, you know what I'm saying? Because you are getting paid. I mean, you get paid being a blogger too, with ads and, you know, people who want to, you know, specifically be a part of whatever section, you know. And yeah, PR only focuses on one person, really.
Okay, so jumping backwards, I know that you said, I already know the story, but I want them to know.
God.
I already know that you were a manager.
Yes.
Why did you stop being a manager? Like, why did you go left?
Because management is so hard. It's
Right.
not easy. And I mean, I would go back, but the people that I was managing at the time, they wasn't serious. And I would do this work and I would try and do this for them, that for them, and they wouldn't seem that interested in putting in hard work. They wanted handouts. And I don't do handouts, you know what I'm saying? Like, if
Don't work for free.
yeah. So I always got on their bus, and then we always bumped heads all the time because they thought what they thought was better. And I was like, well, I'm involved with people, like major people, so I know what goes on. I know what these people are looking for. So why are you telling me, your manager that you hired, what you should do? And I don't think that's a good idea, blah, blah. I mean, it's good to have your own opinion, but at the same time, if you really want to get out there, you have to listen to people who actually know what these people want, that you want to get noticed by. So I mean, it's not bad. Management's not bad, don't get me wrong, but you just have to pick in the right ones who really want it badly, not just someone who wants to be lazy, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
Versus people who don't know what they're talking about. Out of everything that you do, what aspect of your job, I guess, your passion, is your most favorite?
Meeting people. Hardworking
That's my favorite
people.
part.
I mean, yeah, meeting people is good. I really like meeting people who really grind really hard and really work their butt off. I really don't like meeting arrogant people, but there are some in the industry. But I mean, you just gotta keep it cool, you know. And you never, because they actually arrogant people most of the time, their head gets blown up and all that stuff. That's what they're asking me to do. But I mean, I don't mind meeting you, but I wouldn't want to build a personal connection, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a very free-spirited person. I'm very positive, and I don't need that around me.
Right.
But I mean, I do business with you if your business is good.
Right.
But if it's, you know, that's about it. I mean, I like meeting people. I like working with people. Also gaining knowledge from these people that I work with. Especially since I'm still a rookie. Like, even though I do and know so much people, I'm still a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna sit and talk like, yo, I'm this, I'm that, you know. I mean, I know this person. I don't brag. So I just be cool, man. Going with the flow, whatever, you know.
Yeah, we definitely heard your name before we even stepped foot in a networking event. I was like, if one more person told me that I need to work with this Carlie Jay person,
I'm gonna
blow up. So I had to get on. It was funny. My co-producer sent me a text and said, you, in all caps, you need to go look at this girl's Twitter right now. She's doing just what you want to do. You need to be friends with her, and sends me the link. And I was like, I just talked to CJ about this same person. Like, I'm starting to get irritated. What is she doing now? I'm not. So I finally get on. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to follow her because I'm going to do this by myself. And here I am, sitting with Carlie Jay. I mean, doing everything, going around in a circle. And finally, I'm like, all right. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna do what I have to do to meet
There's
her.
Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with reaching out.
Right.
That's what you gotta do. Reach out, and then you never know what can happen.
Right. And now we're here.
I mean, I'm a nice person. I like helping people out. That's what I do. So I mean, if someone reaches out to me and I like their movement, then okay, I'll help out. You know, nothing wrong with that. Nobody though. I don't leave it to my head. I don't want my head to get big, you know, and then, you know, I have to act all cocky, whatever. I don't want to be Hollywood because I'm not Hollywood.
Right, we don't need another Kanye.
Unless you approach me wrong, then.
Right.
And then I'm going to have to be like, okay, I can't work with you because the way you talk to me, the way you sent me in that email, the way you talk.
Right.
No.
I've gotten some of
Go
those.
back to grammar school.
Right. All right, you guys. So you've heard me and Carlie's chit chat, our history, and how we got in the business. If you have any questions, I know y'all are gonna go follow her immediately on my little 200 versus 2,000 followers.
We'll get there. Don't worry. I work for mine.
But you guys make sure you're keeping tabs on everything that she's doing. If you're a musician and you want exposure, hit her inbox for the prices because we do not do free work.
No.
You guys make sure that you're following her and everybody else that we've interviewed so far. I'm Britnee Tkeyah. This is Urban Hype. Carlie Jay. Believe the hype.